Hi everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gears Season 3, Episode 82 with me, Sid, and I am here in one of my favourite builds. I think certainly my favourite Forge build ever. And I've just been doing, forging. So I smelted up a whole load of molly. Yeah, I ain't saying that, okay? That's not happening. Of this stuff. Yeah, no, not happening. Anyway, I've smelted up a whole load of ingots and I need to make a couple of plates because I am going to need some wagon wheels today. So that was the thing, and while I was at it, if I'm smelting in this forge, you just do 20. You don't frig around, you just get it in there. So, I've got so much copper, it's untrue. So, penultimate episode. There may be a special, a finale or something, who knows, we're still working on that. But for me, this is it. This is the episode before the end. I've got one more episode. I need to finish the castle courtyard. I'm hoping at some point to catch up with Per, and we are hopefully going to work on the chapel together. But let's close that up quickly. This makes making plates is so easy. I love these. The triple. This triple health hammer is just ludicrous. It's even better when you come to processing steel. It's just like bleh, done. But yeah. Anyway, so. I'm going to need some carts, basically some cart wheels, and of course, to make cart wheels, I need molybdenum plates. So there we go. We can check on that. I can make two types. So I can make a solid one, or I can make a spokey one. I think I'm going to make one of each, to be honest. So we're going to need. Let me just double check that again. A bit of checking there. The spokey one is sticks and planks. I think that one. Oh, that's the sticky outy one. That's the stay in one. Okay, I'm just looking at sticks and planks and things. So I need 16 sticks, 16 planks, and we're good. So let's go and get that. 16 of these. With that gives me 4 of those, and then I need 16 of the plankage, which we just need to go out to our wood yard where we shall find it. This build, definitely one of my favourite builds in Vintage Story for a long time. So let's have 16 of those, shall we? Boop, 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 boop. Great, lovely, super smashing, and then we can head back up to the spawn area where we can. Well, let's just go and start up. Well, let me refresh my memory. What is involved in this card? Because I'm going to be borrowing bits of this. Like this is going to be. So I've definitely got slabbage and definitely got stairage. And this is all slabbage, I think. Yes, that's a slab. These are all slab, 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 and those were all slabs as well. Okay. So it doesn't really matter what I do as long as I have 4 stairs for each, so I need 8 stairs, 4 of each, whatever wood I decide to make it out of, which we shall go and have a look. We've got a lot of redwood, so definitely think some of that might be coming on. So I need 4 of those, and then a bunch of slabbage. Let me come in here. In fact, let me check the box. I mean, again, we're highly unlikely to be worrying too much about whether things, and I've just gone and broke that already, you see. So we got the redwood, that's fine for that. And then what else? Should I, or no, we'll save that. We might need that for things. Let's go with K-pop. So I need 12 K-pockies for those, and probably, let me just grab $64 worth maybe, and then we'll worry about the sides when we get there. Yeah, dirt. Actually, I should have some up there. Let us go and have a look at this thing. It's looking, now that it's grown in and the grass has grown in, looking really quite nice. I'm pleased with that. Well, we did have some cacacha if I'd have wanted, so that would have been a thing too. But what we need to do is we're going to stick I think we'll stick a cart here, and I think is it 5 wide? I can't remember. Let me go and have a look. Once I've got one, we're good. Yeah, it is. It's 5. It's actually. Oh, hang on. Definitely 5 wide, but I think I might have made the wrong one. Made the wrong wheels. I think it's 3 wide. With, and let me just get these in. Yeah, I made the longer wheels on that, so I'm definitely going to need to do something. But that's fine, we can work this out. So if we do like that, perhaps, for this one. I think I made the longer wheelbase things though. I probably want some oak as well, don't I? Because I need to put a strut in between. Oh, we've got a temporal storm coming in. Wonderful. We'll borrow you. You will do for 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We can actually do something similar over here, but I'm going to now do that, and then we'll pop some wheels down. That's a good start, and then I should have enough of these just to do that. And we can basically chisel one of these and then copy it. That should work. So I'm going to want my working chest. Got that. I need you, and I need you. And I need to cough a little bit. There we go. Right, let's take all of that away. Now let's add back in all of that. And then just take this away. And that should just be and then a little bit of rotating over here. Oh, bugger. Okay, let's fix that then. Need to get rid of you. Need to also be aware of that temporal storm. I'm not sure whether to actually do that storm or not. I mean, there's no real benefit to doing it. It could be the last storm we get on the on this season, but it's a storm. It's no biggie. Oh, that's right. Okay, good. I'm happy. That all works. So at that point, we're then into, now let's just make this one the redwood. Just give myself about 20 or so of those for now. Turn those over to slabbage and see that really, I think this needs to all go back one, maybe two in fact. Yeah, let's address that. And then we're good. So 1, 2. Just because I think otherwise it's going to stick out too far into the courtyard there. And then once we've done this, the next thing is just going to be a bit of clutter really. I love the fact that it's actually called clutter because it is spot on really, because it really is just the kind of clutter you decorate a space with rather than are really good. Right, so I need to then how do I handle this? Because I actually want that to be over this, which would kind of place it there, but not that way round. How best to handle this? Let me see. If I was to place that there and then get one of these, place it there, then I can place that there. And once I've got that, I can chisel it to shape. Because clearly we need, I probably could have done this with a slab to be honest. Clearly we're going to need to lose that and that. So if I can just run this all the way through. And then perhaps we do this. How does that feel? Doesn't feel bad. take that, make you vertical. This is going to be the only weirdness, I think, is that the... that's not bloody work, is it? And then we'd have that there. So then I just need to get some chisel on. And do something like that, maybe. I think we need to go a little bit perhaps like that. That kind of smooths that out. Let's just take this back a little bit there. Like that. How does that feel? Feels okay actually. That's not bad at all. Because then we can do that, place that, pop you into that mode. Then we can grab you, place you there, and we can copy that, and then we just need to put on the bit at the end, which shouldn't be too difficult. What's my time? 3 hours and 54 minutes. I'm probably going to sleep through it just to keep life simple. And then, yeah, a little bit more of this, like that, and then, okay, yeah, let me just get those three. That will give me the front. I may bring this one up, but well, it's more important right now to get that on, and then that, like those, a little bit of this, and should be more or less there, I think. We may trim that down so it's shorter, bring that up to give you the kind of the traces and everything, but that I think will work. Okay, I need to just finish off a little bit of work on this, and well, I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I will go and grab a few barrels I think at some point, but these are in. Now I did want to try and just get these in. I don't know whether, stop it. I suppose I could tweak that. Let me just go and get one over here, but you know, they look okay. I'm happy enough with that. You know, they're only supposed to be facsimiles of a cart anyway. Obviously they don't work. It'll be interesting to see with the new modular construction system that's been put in for boats, whether we see any significant change in the ability to create these kind of structures here, because these, I mean, the boat system is brilliant. If you've not seen it, I think at the time of, yeah, at the time this was coming out, my video has been out for 3 days, so yeah, what are you waiting for? But no, I mean, it's regardless whether you watch my video covering the new boat system or somebody else's, they've done a superlative job with the boats. I'm really looking forward to 1.20, and I'm just going to do that, I think, on this one, and then we'll just do that there. Yeah, because it's got some really interesting stuff. The new mobs are terrifying. I think it's going to change the way we have to cave. It's certainly going to change my combat strategy. For example, we know from the code that currently the bow torn basically fire at you when you're more than 14 blocks away. That's their minimum range, and therefore we can exploit that. If we know what their minimum range is, we can make it work to our advantage. Let me just put a few bits and pieces of clutter up here as well. We'll stick one there, and we'll stick one there. But you know, we are going to have to accept that the dark is going to be a lot more things. I think if I go, nope, that was a that's thing. Right, let me just have a look at my controls. I need the settings for the Control U or Shift O, actually, I think. Control U and Control I, okay. Shift O. Show temporal storm. Always. Rift activity. So that rift activity, even though we don't have rifts, that can actually influence how the mobs spawn underground. I was thinking about putting some into these, but what I'm going to have to do is build the bed up, because I've done them half day down, so I'll not, basically. Long story short, I'm not going to, but we will stick one of them there, and we'll throw another one down here, and I don't know, one over there, doesn't really matter. You can go there, we can throw one of those there. Don't want them around the entrance, that would be out of keeping with the way I imagine an ability would act about having clutter around the place. And then of course we can pop in a few of these around, and of course some of these as well, just for the measure. I know these are cobwebs and they've got rubbish in them, but you know, it's what we got. So let's go and get this just all nice and cluttered around the courtyard. And 20 might be a bit much for those ones. We'll see how we go. Boop. And in fact, let's get these and let me just pile that as if this has been unloaded onto the off of this cart. That makes sense in a kind of narrative sense, doesn't it? And then we'll also have a bit of that. One of those can go on top. That's lovely. This can okay, not going to play. But that's fine. I don't care. See if I care. Bit like that. Maybe another one there. Again, don't want to go too mad because it'll look messy. But we can definitely pop a few bits and pieces around just to kind of decorate this up a little bit more. Not so worried about those. It's mainly the outside. I think I'm kind of I'm resigned to I don't have enough of the clutter items I want to do the inside of the King's Chamber. I'm fairly certain, and I'm kind of not feeling going mad chiseling it. But you know, we don't have any much in the way of nice tables left, chairs. I have got those beds. We're down to just the basic aged beds. Those I'm fairly certain that is knackered. Yeah. So you know, really not lending itself to what I want to achieve. I don't think. And then you know, we're coming down here. I've got wallpaper, I've got rugs, and if that were something I was doing longer, I would probably put a lot more effort into finishing that castle off. But I think from a spawn point of view, I am happy with that courtyard. I think it captures what we want, and it gives us the impression of some, you know, a lived-in castle courtyard with stuff going on. So, with that done, the only thing left that I really have pressing for me, and it needs me to catch Per online. Hopefully we'll manage to get this done, and I've left the ebony, so we've got plenty of that. Pews are interesting. I'm not sure how. I mean, we could go pure Minecraft, or I could chisel something up that we can just replicate throughout. But it's an interesting conundrum. However, let us take a moment and let's just go and visit a couple of other builds and tour a bit more of the server. I'll be back with you in a second. Alright, just our first point of call is, of course, No One GHF's Dwarven thing. We have toured this before, so I'm not going to do a massive tour, but I do want to point out these. Look at, I don't know whether anybody's really, even when we did them last time, looked at his windmills, which kind of answer the question, if I were a dwarf, how would I handle windmills? Because, you know, dwarves live underground. Windmills, not traditionally a thing, but the gatehouse is great, right down to these big rock crystal doors and waterfalls, and beautiful chiseling. And I've shown this before, but this is No One's subscriber stroke Patreon gallery, so you know, different people, different levels, different things. And we have covered this one before. That was, believe it or not, my statue that got turned into the Flash. And then we've got a little bow, and then there's just a little bit up there, but lots of names up there, which goes to show that we have somewhat amazing imaginations when it comes to coming up with our player names, because yeah, there's only so many variations. But the Dwarven Citadel was a massive piece of work, and you know, there's bits I've probably, you know, there's bits that are definitely not, need more finishing. I don't even know, I've never been up here. This is a new one, so this is going somewhere. Obviously everything goes somewhere. Ooh, hello. Well, I don't know what your plans. Oh well, and okay, and then it doesn't. Oh no, it does. It carries on up into, oh, a translocator. Okay. Sorry, there's some important questions to be answered. Oh, hello. Then round to one of those, and I don't know whether, where am I on the map? Not a million miles away from one of the other translocator openings, so it doesn't really open anything. Oh, hello. It doesn't open anything up. Doesn't really open anything up for us, so sorry, you've got to look. It's the rules. So yeah, anyway, so no one had a translocator hidden away in his base. Interesting. But anyway, let's continue on down here, because as I say, we've covered this before, but I want to make sure everybody gets a crack of my time. So this is this huge space. I mean, underground bee farming. I'm not sure what was planned for there. Underground peach trees and berry bushes. Now, I didn't think underground farming worked, but I'm not entirely sure. And now here is the thing. Is underground farming worked on the basis of its Y level in the world? So if it goes below Y, whatever the sea level is that underground? Or is it just that he's got a bloody great roof above his head and it hasn't got access to the sky? And I honestly don't know the answer to that. What's he got over here, by the way? Facades of dwarven living places, I would say, but definitely starting to feel like a city. I mean, hugely ambitious project, hugely ambitious. You know, right up to the ziggurat up here with the things. Never actually. I think I've said this before, but I've never actually seen anybody combine a kind of Aztec Inca feel with Dwarven feel, so that was interesting. But yeah, so, and this just goes on. There's a forge down, the massive Dwarven forges down here. Cementation furnace, start of a cementation furnace, lots of casting. You know, It's a shame that the water wheel, it has durability, because the water wheels just turning in here for ambient background would have been perfect, but of course they break. Having water wheels that don't break, even if you had cosmetic water wheels that don't break but don't provide any power, would give you a lot of options. Yeah, there was a lot of digging went into getting this space cleared, and a lot of space left. I'm trying to work out what that is for. I'm not entirely sure, but interesting. One of those massive builds that I don't think I'd have had nerve. Yeah, this was all this was all out in the world at one point, physically placed. There's a lot of granite there, and I don't think that's even close to being all the granite there is. And yeah, food storage, I think. More storage, tools. So yeah, anyway, no one's dwarven base was seriously huge. Polished suvite. Seriously huge and seriously impressive. So that, out of the gears in the northern side, leaves us realistically with probably one more with a couple of honourable mentions, I suppose, for want of a better phrase. I just need to work out where I am. That's punks. There we go. So yeah, Dan, I think this was Dan's. Yeah, Dan Dirth. So joined early on in the season, and there was a competition to see who would be the first to get, and I can't remember the exact number of blocks, 20,000, 50,000, I think it may have been 50,000 blocks away from spawn. And Dan joined us on the opening thing and jumped in on a raft, and we didn't see him again for about a week, because he just went and just sailed constantly outwards, and basically got the 50,000 block reward, if you like. So this was Dan's little base over at this side, and again, you know, we're going to look in his chest because it's important. You have to. That's the rules. And he got, you know, some farmy stuff, and I'm not entirely sure why they ended up with, whether this was just a way of capturing the mobs, I don't know. But the prize was your own personal teleporter, which would take you to bonk, wherever you wanted in the world. Now, the theory being that you travelled 50,000 blocks and you basically had found a place that you wanted. Now, I found this before I found the thing, and there's a translocator over there, and we're about 20,000 blocks out to spawn here. And this is just a basic forward operation base. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just trying to picture, there is somewhere around. Yeah, must remember those. If we ever get a chance to do one more ribbon dive, that's one of those nice big ones that everybody enjoys so much. But yeah, this was that, and then there's I'm not even sure what that is. Let's go and have a look. I think it's one of those war ruins with a translocator in it. And again, looks like something happening here. I'm not entirely sure what, I don't know whether this was one of the ones with the translocator actually either, but difficult to recognise the ruin. It's been a bit nibbled. But yeah, so Dan had this, which we found purely by chance really, and then this goes to food. But Dan was on, due to life pressures and unusual things. One of the things you find being a server, I will use the word, not steal his torch, more mature in terms of age, not necessarily in mentality, trust me on that one. One of the things that having a more mature and more aged server is we do tend to have a number of people who are more advanced in, like myself, we're more advanced in our careers. We've moved on. We have more responsibility. We're management positions a lot of the time, or we've got larger families, or what I'm trying to say is we've all got a life. And none of us are full-time content creators, so the actual act of content creation can be challenging for a lot of us on the server, and that's what happens. Life comes along and throws you a thing. Now, I have mentioned the Odd Apes base before. We have been in here. We've also gone through his thing, but this was the Odd Ape was with us for a while, and again, due to life pressures trying to find time for content creation, just was not able to go much further, not play out the entire season, and it's fine. That's how life goes, isn't it? But over here is Shino's base. Now, originally Shino had a dirt hut about here-ish, if I recall, and then he started making his big industrial area. And again, we have toured this before, so we'll not cover it in great detail. And again, Shino is a corporate man. He works for, I can't remember what he does, but he does travel a lot. I must ask him what company he works for next time I'm on there. But yeah, so Shino has a lot of responsibilities, a lot of jobs, and can't do the content creation quite as much as. I did not know that we had a lamppost. Does it work? Sorry, I just got to know. It does. I did not know we had that. Better put that back though. What's that from? Sorry. The lamppost is from the medieval expansion. Well, if we got that in the next season, I'm definitely going to be using them. Did not know that was a thing. Here we are, episode 82, and I've just found something out that I didn't know. Great. But no, Shino's industrial base was, the idea was by doing things on scale, so lots of dyes, lots of tannin production, lots of ceramics, lots of charcoal, lots of steel, and everything was on production. Big old tree farm, which generated a lot of timber, even down to the sifting, which we were doing on that big old industrial area with was high powered windmill before we put the millwright mod on. Now it's a ludicrous powered windmill, like many of these. That is called blue. Someone's obviously been making blue clay shingles. Okay. But yeah, so this was Shino's base, and the other thing which we did for Shino, which we started, and unfortunately, again, life pressure. Bear in mind this is a genuine thing. Shino had a plan to make a mob farm, and we basically dug out this hole to bedrock, and I spent quite a lot of time digging out the hole. He's now added in some more. I think these are some of the spawn pads. I don't know whether there was a plan to have more as you go up or whether this was it, but the idea is you move these night watchmen out of the area, so these have a range of 64, I think. So you bring them up, you know, so they're just out of range of that. Everything up above this can't spawn, but everything below this level can spawn fine, and you use these to influence the spawning mechanics. I would have loved to have seen this work, but I don't think we're going to get that opportunity, which is a shame. But the hole's impressive. That was a very impressive feat. Punk gave it a safety barrier, because being one of the few people on the server who didn't fly through choice, I think he nearly rode into this on a couple of occasions. So yeah, and of course the actual amount of raw material we pulled out of this was substantial. This was also where I hid the speakeasy, so yeah, all good. Still got some. What we got? Red currant wine. I'm not really a wine person. Let's have a... Let's finish off with a bottle of pear brandy. Yeah, this definitely does change things once you've had a few drinks. That's just the one, I suppose. I don't know how much you have to drink before you kill yourself. Do I really want to find out? Blueberry brandy, let's try it. I mean, it's like a substantial drift. Anyway, on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. We're going to call this episode here. The last episode, I'm going to tour the spawn town and the southern town. And as I say, we may try and get, not necessarily an episode, but a end of season finale in. I'm really struggling to even fly in a straight line. But yeah, this has been fun. I think the castle is as complete as I'm probably going to get it now. I haven't got the bits that I want to go inside, and I think this serves the purpose. This is the castle, it's done, and I'm happy with it. It would have been potentially nice to decorate this floor here. I mean, we would have had some beds in there, living room, dressing room perhaps through there. Realistically, I think this probably needed some things, but some fireplaces, but doing anything with these floors, kind of struggling, because I didn't like the way the stairwells worked. So, you know, it's a danger. Sometimes you don't like what you've done, sometimes you do. If we're lucky, we'll also get on with and we'll get the chapel done. So there may be a couple of other additional bits of content coming later, but certainly from the point of planned episodes, you know, penultimate episode, I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.